Hello there, my beautiful and dear creative friend. My name is Andersen. I'm an online art teacher and visionary artist. In this short video, I am going to walk you through a little set of colored pencils, a hand-picked set of colored pencils. It's 28 different colors that I've handpicked from the Faber-Castell 120 range of color pencils. I've been asked about this many times, like, Ida, could you recommend a set of color pencils, 12 or 20 or... And yeah, I have come to make a set for you here that are the colors that I come back to a lot. Now there are, of course, 120 beautiful colors in in the set. Oops, I'm messing them up here, but that doesn't really matter. There are, of course, 120 different colors. If you're wondering, I've made these swatches myself, and you can find a video about that as well. So we're not going to talk about that. I am going to go through I think it was 26 or 28 colors that I have chosen, and we're going to go a little bit fast here. So it's not gonna be too long. So I've divided it in all. Let's count how many it was. Like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 8, yeah, 28. That's what I narrowed it down to. Now I mix and match colors all the time, and sometimes I just put them all back in and make a new palette. But nevertheless, here is a suggestion from me, and it's the same colors in the water solubles from Faber-Castell, Albrecht Dürer, they are called. Those are the one with that little brush sign. And sorry, it's the same for the polychromas from Faber-Castell. Those are the waterproofs. I have them both, and I use them in a special way to create my art, both of them together. So let's line them up. So I've made 2 sets, like 2 times 14. So let's line them up, and I'll explain super brief why I've chosen those ones. Because, well, yeah, you can always expand and expand and expand. And that's why I have them all. But nevertheless. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Let's see if we can fit them all in. Like this. And this is not the succession they come in the box. Not at all. The round numbers are actually their placement in the 120 box, so you can see they're a little bit all over the place. So this is my first suggestion. If you're only going to buy 14 and you want to make portrait style art with me or like me or in the color range that I use, this is the set I suggest for portrait work. There could have been 10 more, of course, but trying to narrow it down, this is what I ended up with. I'm gonna tell you a little bit about how and why and what. And here, if you're gonna like double up, here's the next set I suggest. That's because those are colors that I prefer aesthetically. I come back to these all over the time, you know, again and again, I can see that in my box. Those are the ones who disappears, and I like them together. I use them in many of my tutorials. Let's see how this lines up. Huh. I'm goofing a little bit around here, but then you can see the colors. So, like this. Let's see if I got it right. I think I didn't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So this has to go up here as well, I believe. So this range or selection is a more colorful selection, and is very much based on, you know, personal preferences, but still there's a little bit of a logic to it as well. Okay, so for the first set, it's the white, 101 white. That's obvious. White is a good color to have to blend and mix and lighten things, and especially it's really nice to have in the water solubles. But I also use the waterproof a lot. I use the white and the light colors, so that means these two and these two, I use them a lot to burnish and blend the other colors. There's also like a neutral blender, but I tend to not use that at all. I rather like some pigment to go into the blending. So I use these two a lot for blending, and of course the white one, yeah, I simply use that as a watercolor. In the water solubles, you're gonna use them as a watercolor palette, basically. And then I chose a range of colors for mixing skin. And that would basically be this range. So this range is good for both mixing dark and light skin and everything in between. And you can add a little bit of warmth actually with those two to blend, of course. So something like this and this that covers a multitude of different skin types and colors. Or values or tones or whatever you like to call it. So that's a nice set. There are some more of these pink type colors that used to be called flesh tone this and flesh tone that, but I tend to use this one the most. It used to be called medium flesh. Now it has been renamed to coral. I like that much better. There are a few more. Let's just look at it. There are a dark one. I can't remember what they call it now. So this one could also go in, but I try to narrow down. I tend to use the medium one a bit more. It's a little less pinkish, little more toned down. And there are also a few different colors that resembles this one, but I tend to come back to this one called Pompeian Red, especially for the lips and for cheeks and so on. Blushing a little bit on the skin tones. And these are really nice for all types of hair colors, also natural hair colors. And these two are of course really nice for blending over to the more shady, shadowy area. So that's white, ivory on the light flesh, and beige red, cinnamon, coral, Pompeian red, nougat, burnt umber, terracotta, sanguine. And then here comes a selection of 4 dark colors that I tend to come back to over and over and over for dark areas, for shading and so on, but also for my line work. I never really use a black, so there's no black here. If you like it all black, go ahead and buy a black one. I tend to use the darker tones that has a little bit of color in them. It's a little bit different from project to project which one I like, and sometimes I mix them as well. So those are dark indigo, dark sepia, caput mortem violet, and Payne's gray. Sometimes I use one more than the other, so it varies. So you don't have to buy all 4 of them, but this is what I suggest. That's a really nice base set for skin tones and natural tones for the human expression. Hair, skin, everything. Yeah, and then here is there's one addition to this one. I put it down here. I use this, as I told you, for burnishing the lighter tones. That's really nice for filling in and burnishing and smudging. Smudging is not the right word for color pencil. It's better to think of it as burnishing because you make it like a hard surface. But the warm grays, there are 4 of them. There are a lot of gray tones. They are all wonderful, but you can spend a lot of money just on that, as you can see. So I took these 2 out. I think they're good to have because they can be helpful for making a little bit of natural shading in the white area of the eye. That's one place where they're really handy, and they're also good for burnishing with all the other colors. So you could buy one or both of these also up in this set, but I put them down here because I don't use them a lot. But they are nice to have. And then I have a more colorful range of colors, and here we could go completely nuts, and I like all of them. There are a lot of both yellows and reds, as you can see, and blues, and it gets all over the place. But I like to use turquoises in my art, and as well some blues. So I think that looks pretty and really beautiful together with the for example, the warm earth tones. It's a wonderful color combination that plays a little bit both on some toned down earthy tones and some more upbeat colors, we could say. They play on contrast colors and all kinds of things. It's complicated. Color theory is a whole like big universe. So that's it. So we are a little bit in the blue zone here. Then I picked one purple. Oh yeah, in fact there are 2. Well, maybe we should switch these over like this. So I have 2 purples, so you can see we go a little bit through the color wheel here, but in a little bit offbeat way, not like the clean mixing colors. So we are in the blue green range here. Blue, here's the darker blue. I use it a lot as well. We have some purple, and then I picked 2 kinds of yellow. I don't use it a lot, but it can be really nice to have some yellows. And when you want to buy yellow, well, which one would you buy? So this is an aid for you in choosing some yellows. These are the ones I come back to a lot. So it's the dark chrome yellow. It's a nice orangey yellow. You can actually mix with this one to get like a wonderful deeper orange as well. This is not a warm red, it's more of a cold red, but it does create a toned down orange, darker orange. Now we're talking over in the watercolor pencil department here. So that's nice to have, and this is a yellow color I come back to a lot when I need to add some yellow to my art. So this I've tried to like balance this range of more vivid colors. Then there is the pink carmine. So once more, there are a lot of different pinks and reds, as you can see, and I had to pick one. It was really hard to pick one, but I tend to come back to this one for different floral elements, but there are more of them. They're really beautiful, but that's a really nice one. It's a little bit toned down, and I really like it, the pink carmine. And then there's the earth green yellowish. I think this green alone goes a long way for some foliage, and I also use it for green eyes up together. with my skin tone range. So that's my go-to color for green eyes, the earth green yellowish. And then this one is also really nice. I just like it, the earth green. I use it for some softer green notes. It's a very toned down color. So that's kind of it. So that's 2 times 14 colors. So you can see these as separate, just the skin tone range, or you can see it as the clean, like the bright color range, or you can see it as a whole. So these are some colors I come back to again and again and again. Of course, I go in and use all the other colors as well. So, but yeah, if you want to buy like a smaller set where you can use, where you can follow along, for example, with my tutorials and so on, maybe in one or the other of my tutorials there would be another one, but you would be very well equipped with this set for many things. I really like these colors. So let's just name the lower row here. So that's light cobalt turquoise, cobalt green, cobalt turquoise, ultramarine blue, indanthrene blue, purple violet, crimson, dark chrome yellow, dark cadmium yellow, pink carmine, earth green yellowish, earth green, warm gray number 1 and warm gray number 2. Yeah, so that was really exciting. And I hope this can help you pick some nice range of color. You can buy this set or you can just be inspired from it. So I hope this could equip you a little bit to handpick your set of, that's the Faber-Castells in this case. I have come to like the Faber-Castells a lot. I think they have a wonderful selection of colors. But you can also, of course, use this as a inspiration for buying from other brands. But I do think the Faber-Castell has a nice skin tone range, for instance, or skin tone friendly colors. Yes, so with those words, I'm just simply gonna round this off, and I wish you very happy coloring, painting, and arting. I'll see you somewhere on the internet, and in the meantime, have fun. Bye bye.